Greetings and welcome to my tavern. Today we're gonna be building a costume based on a D&D character at Kalashtar Bard named Zontara. The costume is going to consist of 4 major items: the blouse, the vest, the pants, and the shoes, obviously. Let's begin by fixing our blouse. I already have a shirt that I'm going to use. It's kind of this like dirty pinkish color that I've never really liked, so I'm going to sacrifice it for this cosplay. It has already a nice like cleavage opening, just enough for the bard character to look like a bard. This is going to get dyed indigo color, which is just like a dark blue color. Over the top of it, I'm going to use this little corset thingy to make myself look nice and snatched. Have I ever done this dyeing thing? No. Am I going to try my best? Yes. Am I going to follow instructions properly? No. But I think it's all gonna turn out really well in the end. On guard. On guard yourself! I will give you the honor of a quick and painless death. It smells weird. Instructions. What is shibori? Shibori is an ancient Japanese dye technique, more commonly interpreted today as the modern-day tie-dye. At Upstate, we have reinvigorated the process and use it throughout all of our pieces. Okay, I'm getting kind of nervous. So first it wants us to fill a pot with water. Do I know what the hell QT means? No, I think I need my iPad for this. Stop. It's telling me I have to use 10 liters of water for this. This doesn't make sense. 1 quart is 1 liter. Are you crazy? Stop. It's so much water. Okay, I'm gonna go get some water. You wait here. I'll be back in a second. This is the biggest pot I could find. I filled it with water as much as I could. Is there 10 liters in there? Probably not, but we're just gonna roll with it. Next thing we have to do is put this powder in there. It has the solution and all the other activator stuff that I don't know much about, so we're just gonna rub that. Oh god, it stinks so bad. Okay. I feel like a witch brewing potions. We're gonna stir.
Escucha las palabras de las brujas, los secretos escondidos en la noche. Los antiguos dioses invocamos ahora la obra de la magia oculta.
After you've been satisfied with your stirring, it says to cover this for 10 minutes. See you later. The time's up. It looks and smells so weird, but we're following the instructions almost correctly. It says you're supposed to wet the fabric before you put it in, so I did that. I'm gonna put some gloves on first. No, I broke the glove. I broke the glove! I'm gonna try like a little piece first before I go on ahead with everything. Ooh! I mean, you can't see much of it now, but it's already looking quite nice, so I think it's gonna be cool. Let's put the whole thing in. Okay. I hope I'm not going to overfill the pot. Oh no. These gloves did not help at all. My hands are blue. Submerge fabric between 5 minutes and 3 hours. That's a big gap. Desired color depth. Fabric will come out of bath green, but will turn to indigo within a few minutes. Okay, I'm going to put the hat on like that. Let's give it like 20 minutes and see what it looks like. I don't have any more gloves, but I do have a bunch of plastic bags, so might as well utilize them. It's been a bit over 20 minutes, so I just want to see how it's looking so far. A moment of truth. Okay. It does look blue. I'll give it a little bit more time. Another half hour, and we'll see. Wow, excuse me. And we'll see. Okay, at this point it's been like over an hour, maybe an hour and a half, 2 hours. So I think it should be ready. Let's try this again. It's dyeing kind of weird, I'm not gonna lie. It has like some spots on it, but whatever, we'll just go with it. I think I'm okay with that color. So let's go rinse it with some soap and dry it. According to the instructions, we have to rinse the shirt first, wash it with pH balanced soap, which I don't think I have, so we're gonna use whatever soap that I have, and then you just dry it. So that's what we're gonna do. The shirt is done. It's nice and blue and dry. I actually ended up putting it back into the dye for another hour or two after I washed it, just to give it a little bit more depth and color. So let's try it on, shall we? You might notice that there's a bunch of weird, stupid stains all over it. I definitely did something wrong when I was dyeing it. It's technically supposed to be a tie-dye, not a dye. Yeah, it's a chaotic DIY, I'm sorry. This is what it looks like with the corset and the sleeves rolled up. I'm actually really loving the look already. The stains, they really do add on to the character. I'm pretty surprised. So this brings us to the next part of this look, the vest. Since it's a bard character, I want her to look bright, artistic, colorful. I had these old golden pants that I didn't use for my paladin cosplay, but my hoarding self obviously saved these for the day that I would need them, and it is now. These pants are going to turn into the vest. Since I don't know how to sew, I don't have any plans. Honestly, I've watched a bunch of YouTube tutorials and it's just not working for my brain, you know? So I have this old vest that I like. It's a great shape. So why not use it as a template for my bard vest? This is what the vest looks like on me. Things I love. The shape. Great. Accentuates my curves. It has a nice little thing over here that I like, this little collar. Things I don't love about this vest, the length. It's kind of like ends right where my butt is. I kind of wanted to go a little bit longer, halfway of my thighs, I guess. I went ahead and made templates of this vest with regular A4 paper. I literally just traced the lines of the vest against the paper, and that's where we are at right now. Can I guarantee this is gonna be good? No. Did I follow a tutorial? No. Do I know what I'm doing? No. But we will make this work. Alright, I have everything I need, so all we have to do now is trace the templates on the fabric and cut it out. parts for the vest are cut out, and I also went ahead and used some pin needles to put all of these parts together. Now we pretty much have a vest that we can try on. So why don't we? Hee. All the parts surprisingly came together pretty well, knowing that I didn't do anything by the books. Let's just fix whatever needs to be fixed and get to sewing. The vest is done, the pattern was made, we cut it out, we kind of sew it together, and now it's actually time to properly sew it. The proper sewing is gonna take way longer than I expected, and I'm going to need the help from the grandma, whose name is Mara, and she doesn't want to be on camera, so you're just gonna see her hands. Let's get started. Welcome back, guys. It's been like a month or 2 or 3 or a year. What is time? The vest is coming together quite nicely. It's pretty much done. For the first time, not too shabby. I still want to add a couple things to it, mainly something to cinch the waist, which is going to be done with this little ribbon here that I had left over. The main thing I want to do with it is just do it around the waist and leave a little compartment for the flute. I'm not gonna do that yet because I want to see how much of that ribbon I have left from the other parts of the costume. Because if I do have a lot of it left, I'll put some more of it around the edges, but we'll see. Let's move on to the next part of the costume, which is the pants. Okay, so I'm currently wearing the corset, pants, and the boots from the final costume, just so I can visualize how I can fix my pants so that they look good in the final result. These pants are, by the way, my old scrubs. Recycle your clothes, adventurers. Let's get to the idea. The reference picture is going to be somewhere here on the screen. Basically, I'm going to cut a slit on the side of my pant from here to where the shoe ends, and it's going to look like a triangle. Top here, and then gets wider and wider and wider and wider until the shoe ends. In most videos I watch, they basically use this circle, plastic or metal thingy that just goes around the pant where you can put the lace through. Instead of doing that, I have a different strategy. First, let's measure and mark our pants for where we're going to cut. For supplies, we're going to need lace, scissors, a ventilating hook, and an old wig that we're going to cut up into small pieces. I started out by demolishing it. One thing you want to be mindful of before cutting is where your pocket is located in the pant. Do you want to keep the pocket? If you do, then push the pocket aside. Or if you have pants like mine and the pocket is literally connected to the pant, try to work around it, and if you can't, I guess you're just gonna have to cut the pocket and sew it up later. Getting back to the holes where the lace is going to go through, instead of having to buy those plastic circles, I don't know what they're called, I created these little, let's call them holes. It's very easy to make, and I'll show you. First thing you need is an elastic, and this is the elastic that I used. You're going to need to tie a little knot Make sure the knot is not too big. You want to create this little hook thing. And then you want to do it on the other side. Pretty much however much hairband you have, use it. I make sure I tighten them. To prevent this thing to unknot, I'm just going to leave out a little bit of the hairbands. This way you have a little bit of safety left so these things don't de-knot or unknot or whatever it is. There you go. Very easy and very cheap. You can just buy hair elastics from dollar store and boom, you have your holes for the lace. Let's get going, shall we? Since my blouse is blue, I decided for the laces to be blue as well, so the outfit just ties in together. The colors don't exactly match, but it's pretty damn close, so I'm good with that. Time for the boots. These are just a pair of old boots I already own. They're a little bit broken, so I'm not gonna use them in real life, so might as well use them in a costume. The idea for the boots is fairly simple, I just want them to match with the vest. I have this gold ribbon and some fabric glue. We're going to attach it to the top of the boots. While the boots are drying, let's get back to the vest.
Back to life, back to the vest making.
This is essentially what I want the vest to look like in the end. It looks a little whack right now, but it's gonna get better once I actually make it. I want some space for the flute. I want the ribbon to go around the waistline. This is looking crazy schmazy right now. I thought the ribbon would look good in a bow, but it doesn't. So we're gonna save ourselves with this little clips as well as a button, and hopefully that works out for us in the end. I know this is gonna take me a while, so let's time-lapse this thing. It's finally done. And you know what that means. It's time for the final reveal. Okay, so I can't find my flute, but here's a spoon instead to demonstrate the holster in its glory. Also, would you mind giving me a follow, a comment, or maybe a share? Or I can throw you around the room with my flute magic. Did you do it? Ah, I'll let you go. This time. Thank you so much for watching, my fellow Fantascapists. This video would not be possible without you and of course my patrons. If you want to become one of them, you can follow me as Val the Fantascapist and choose from any of the memberships you like. And if you'd like to help me build a community of fellow Fantascapists, please use the hashtag Fantascapist on any of your related comments, videos, posts, or anything. Anything helps spread the word, you know? See you later. Bye bye.